Hello and welcome everyone. I am the Raven, creator and developer of the Maeldor quest of the artifact, and today I am starting a new video series about my game. I will be playing the game chapter by chapter, and the reason I am doing this series is that I have realized some players who are interested in my game are a bit confused about the game design and gameplay and those kind of things. So I thought it would be nice for me to explain these things and so they can understand the game better. And the other reason, I have been developing my game for like 3 years, and after that 3 years of development period I thought I should take a break. Like solo game development is not an easy task. It's tough, and I actually take a 1 month break, something like that. And after that break, I thought it would be nice to come back and play the game a bit and see what is the experience feels like for me after all that time. This is my first game, and yeah, I didn't found any great financial success, and I was not expecting anything like that. And but I am quite proud to finish my project, and that was my passion project actually, and I am so proud that I have finished and released it. And yeah, alright, I hope you will enjoy this series. And as I have said, I will be playing all the chapters, so if you watch these videos and if you are interested in the game, you will be able to see all the secrets, all the chests, all the mechanisms and mystery urns, and how to beat the levels, how to beat the boss fights and things like that. Yeah, because I am actually quite good with the game since I am the developer and I have been developing for 3 years this game. And yeah, alright, let's start with a little bit of explanation of the game for those who are not familiar with it. So, Maeldor Quest of the Artifact is a 2D action adventure platformer, and it's an RPG inspired game, and it is also a story driven game. So, it's like a mix of a couple of genres and couple of uh, game design aspects. So we have three playable characters in the game, and let me show them to you quickly. So this is our main menu. So there is a characters button here. If you click that, you will see that our character panel opens, and we have three characters here. Turmek, a tank warrior like character who carries a big two-handed sword. Enoriel, a wood elf, and she is more fast and agile than the other characters. And Peloton, a water elf, who travels with his water soul, that little blue fellow floating around him. So these are our playable characters, and this is the characters panel. So you can change the character you want to play from this panel. It's easy. You just get to the relevant character you want to choose and press enter, or uh, A button on your gamepad. And I am talking regarding to Xbox gamepads, by the way. So you can actually uh, choose your gamepad buttons regarding to that if you are using a different gamepad. And yeah, so let's explain things here a bit since we are on characters panel. So our characters can have some upgrades such as attributes, skills and weapon upgrades. And as attributes we have health points, stamina points and movement speed. And that is only different for Peloton. Instead of health points, he has mana points because his skills are more based on magical abilities. But other than that, Turmeric and Unreal has health points, stamina points, and movement speed. And as you can see, the current amount is written onto the that parchment kind of thing. So it's for Turmeric 35 health points right now, and if I press enter, as you can see, this panel opens, and if you have enough soul points at the moment, you can actually increase his health points by 10 for giving 100 soul points. But as you can see, we have only 21 soul points right now, so we cannot buy that upgrade. And yes, same thing goes for the other attributes, and in just general for the skills and weapons also. For skills, skills have levels. Like for this one, Moondrop, it's level 0. You can see it on the parchment like thing, like Moondrop, and just beneath that it tells you the level of the skill, I mean the current level. So it's level 0 right now, and if we press enter again, you will see what kind of features you will get by buying this upgrade. For example, in this one, you will be able to stun enemies for 1 second, minus 5% moon drop charge, because this is a chargeable skill, and plus 1 moon drop damage for 100 soul points. And if you buy this, moon drop will be level 1. So same goes for the other skills. And lastly, we have the weapon damage upgrades, and bear in mind please, weapon damage upgrades does not affect the damage of the skills. It only affects the attacks you do with your weapons. So for example, for Turmeric, it's the fast attacks and deep slash attack, which are the normal attacks. They are not skills. So if you click onto the weapon damage upgrade button, you will see which skills will be affected from this upgrade, and you will get plus 1 Sword of Stars weapon damage. Sword of Stars is his weapon, and the explanation about it also written there, as you can see. And the same thing goes for all other characters. So it's actually not so complicated. It's just needs you to check these a bit, and I strongly suggest that you upgrade the skills and attributes and weapon damage of the characters, because that is pretty useful in this game. Like on the higher levels, in the higher chapters, future chapters, the challenge will be harder as you move on. So it is wise to upgrade your attributes, skills, and weapon damage. So you can also check what these skills are doing. They are all written here. For example, Anariel's Fate skill. Anariel becomes one with the earth by fading away from her physical form, it says. So she kind of like becomes invisible to the eyes. Yeah, you can check all the skills of the characters from here, and you can make some upgrades from here. You can also change the character you want to play with. And lastly, only places you can change the character you want to play is uh, either at this main menu before you start the level, or after you finish a chapter. Like when you finish the chapters, you will be able to uh, change your character, and I will show that a bit later. Alright, that's all. And we have the settings menu. You can see the gamepad and keyboard configurations here, and you can also control the music and SFX from here, and all the button configurations also written here. So whenever you are confused, you can check that while in the main menu or while in the gameplay, just by pressing escape. or pause button in your gamepad. Alright, I presume you know what these two are doing, continue and new game. So I am not explaining those. And I have realized that there was some confusion about the UI buttons. For example, the selected button in my game is glowing with a darker color. Like for example, I am on the continue button right now, so that button is darker. But I have realized that some people thought it would be the brighter ones, that the chosen ones. And for example, while playing the game, when they die, a death panel appears and there are only two buttons there, restart and checkpoint, so they confused the buttons and restarted the game by accidentally. And yeah, I am sorry about that. I will fix that in the next updates. I am working on those. Yeah, but I am sorry about that you have uh, faced that trouble. Alright, now we can start a new game, and it's asking us if we are sure or not because the progress will be gone. I want to, so let's start the new game. And this is our intro. Let me sum it up to you quickly. So we have a fictional world called Maeldor, and I have been writing short stories about this world like 5 years ago or something, because I am a huge fan of fantasy worlds such as the Middle Earth or the Forgotten Realms and things like that. And I have been writing my own short stories, so after some time I have decided to make a game about it. And this story takes place in that world, and there is a race in this world, an evil race, servants of the god of darkness, and they are called Atras. And they have stolen an ancient artifact while it was on the way to a something called Council of the Divine Seven, a council gathered to protect the free folks of Maeldor. So they have ambushed this cargo and they have stolen the ancient artifact, which is really important for us. And after this event, the Council of the Divine Seven calls upon the three races of the Council: humans, wood elves, and water elves. And they have been asked to summon their greatest heroes to go on a quest to find this precious artifact. So here are our heroes: Turmek, Peloton, and Anariel. So they have been chosen for this quest by the council, and our quest is to get back the stolen artifact from the Atras. And throughout our journey, we also have a wizard called Aglaroth, who will be our guide. And bear in mind, please, he's not a playable character, but he's like a supportive NPC. So he will be on our side throughout the adventure. And this is how it all begins. So our four companions are ready to face great dangers all around Maeldor. And this is how our story begins. I hope you will enjoy it. So this is the first cutscene. Our heroes are actually leaving the castle of the Council of the Divine Seven. And a quick tip here: you can press escape or pause button on your gamepad anytime to stop the flow of the dialogues, I mean the cutscenes, if you are having trouble reading the dialogues. So sometimes you might want to stop these because, I don't know, maybe you want to take a sip from your coffee or something. So you can just press escape or pause button on your gamepad to stop. And if you press again, it will continue. So our heroes are on the move. And here are the Atras, servants of the god of darkness, the Atronian. So they have stolen the ancient artifact and they are running away actually. And our heroes are on the chase.
Stop.
So there is a 2 path here, and Agorod wants to find the correct path. So it's that way. Alright, let's go. Glad to have a mage in our company, right? They are always useful. And here we go. So the search begins. Chapter 1:1, Wilderness of Human Kingdom. So this is the first chapter, and this is like a tutorial chapter actually. And let me quickly explain the things you see on the screen right now. So on the left corner of the screen you have the soul points you collected currently within the level, and you have all the chests available within this chapter that you can find. And right now it's 0 out of 2 because we haven't found any chests yet. That's normal. And the number of the enemies, like how many enemies we have in this chapter, and it says it's 6 for this one. And as I have said, do not expect a great challenge at the beginning of the game because this is the tutorial chapter, and this chapter is meant to teach you the game, like the basics of the game. Of course you will be more comfortable with the game as you progress and practice more. So that's that. And on the left top corner you have the health bar, and beneath that you have the stamina, and just beside that on the right you have your skills. So you have basically 4 skills, and each one represents a different skill. Like the first one is your fast attacks, the second one for turn make it's deep slash, the third one, which is a chargeable skill, as you can see there's a little box drop beneath the skill, and that is moon drop. And the last one is the turn makes ultimate invincible. So we will see those in a short while. And as you have seen, I have collected my first soul point, and soul point number is upgraded, changed to 1. And here is Aglarot. As I have said, he will be our guide, and he will be telling more about us the chapters, and he will be giving us hints regarding the chapters. So it would be beneficial to listen what he's saying most of the time. And yeah, let's see. Magical land of Maeldor awaits us, adventurer. Are you ready for this journey? Your first quest is to finding the leader of the bandits, one they call the boss. I believe he has some information about the stolen artifact, but of course he won't give it easily. You must get past all of his followers, find and interrogate him. Good luck. And Termek speaks, so the search begins. I will find and break him. Alright, our hero is pretty determined, right? So, here is our first tutorial. As you have realized, when I get close to the jumping place, there is a little pop-up on the right corner of the screen right now, and it says use space or A to jump on gamepad. And yeah, it's pretty simple actually. You just press space or A on your keypad, gamepad, and when we come to here, it gives us the double jump mechanism, which is pressing the jump button twice. That's all. It's quite easy actually. And these crates are breakable. You can hit and break them, as you can see. And here is our another tutorial. When you found the chest, a little pop-up will appear at the right corner of the screen, and chests are hidden throughout the chapters. It is your decision to find them or not, but I strongly suggest you find them because they are giving you lots of soul points and also health points. For example, if I press my left mouse click button and hit this chest, as you can see, lots of soul points just come out of it and they are drawn towards us, so you don't have to go ahead and chase them. And alright, those are the chests, and bear in mind that chests are sometimes behind locked doors, so you may want to find some switches to open these doors first to reach to those chests. And yeah, and here is the probably most important tutorial of the game. So we have 4 more actions rather than running, jumping and dashing in this game, and these are our normal attacks, special ability and ultimate ability. So normal attacks are X button on gamepad or left mouse click on your mouse, and as you can see they are fast attacks usually, and for Turmeric he has 3 of them. You can press twice to only perform 2 of them like this, or you can press 3 times to perform all of them, or you can just press 1 time. Yeah, these are like fast attacks and it's pretty easy to use them. It's like they are chained attacks. And his special attack is called Deep Slash, and it's like a heavy attack, and it also has a good range, so you don't have to get too close to the enemies. You can actually hit them from afar, and it also does more damage than regular fast attacks, but the amount of damage they make is actually same if you hit all 3 fast attacks to the enemy, and the Deep Slash is also the same. So his special ability Moondrop actually cannot be used now because it is a chargeable skill, and as you can see it is not fully charged yet, and the way to charge that skill is hitting crates, chests, enemies and any other objects that we can interact by hitting. So anything that you can hit, and they will be charging the Moondrop skill. So that's as simple as that. Right now it is not charged, so I cannot use it. And the last one is his ultimate. As I have mentioned before, all 3 characters has an ultimate skill, and for Turmeric it is called Invincible. And yeah, as you can guess from the name, you become invincible for a certain amount of seconds, and for now you can become 10 seconds invincible, but if you upgrade the skill you will become more invincible, like more seconds, and there will be also other beneficial effects such as movement speed and things like that if you upgrade even more. And yeah, alright, these are the attacks and skills, abilities, so we can actually continue now. Let's move on. Let's collect these, and this little red ball is a health point, but as you can see our health is actually full now, so we cannot take it. But if our health was lower we will be able to take it, and actually that it will be drawn to us, so you don't have to actually go back here to collect that health point. If you would be hurt, it would come to you. And the other thing here is that just bear in mind now that when I pass through that little star icon on the wooden board, it becomes activated, and that is our checkpoint. So it starts to glow, and I am pretty sure what a checkpoint is I mean, you know what a checkpoint is. I am pretty sure of that, but let's explain it quickly. If you die within the chapter, you will be able to given an opportunity to reborn back here. Like, you will be able to start from this point in the chapter, from wherever you left. Like, how many enemies you killed, how many soul points you have collected, or chests you have collected. You will be able to start from that point, so you don't have to start from the beginning. But you can also restart the chapter. That is also available, but yeah, that depends on your situation, I think. Alright, that's the checkpoints, and let's move on a little bit. So here is our first enemy. This is a bandit archer, and it's, as you can see, it's quite easy to kill. I just made one chained fast attack combo and it just died. And here is our second chest. As you can see, even though if I run away, the soul points will follow us. And as you can see, we can also collect soul points from these crates. Sometimes they will give you soul points, sometimes they don't. Sorry. And here is our next tutorial. As I have mentioned before, we have a dashing mechanism in the game. So some people asked if there is a way to block enemy attacks in the game. Right now you don't have a blocking mechanism, but we have a dash mechanism. So whenever you perform a dash, you won't be taking any damage. No matter what type of damage, it will just pass you. It won't affect you. So but bear in mind that dashing consumes stamina. So if I come over here and press shift, as you can see, our character just dashed and our stamina bar lowered a bit, but it's also refreshing itself. But if I wouldn't have enough stamina, as you can see, I cannot dash. Yeah, we need to have certain amount of stamina to be able to dash. Alright, so now let's move on. That is dashing. And let me remind you that you can also move faster in the chapters by using your dashing skill, for example, or to reach certain points within the level. So my game is also like a precision platformer, so it is important that you use the dashing skill. And alright, here is the next tutorial, and that is the journal. So if you press J or LT on your gamepad, the objectives panel will open, and it's quite simple actually. It gives us the current position of the story, like where we are in the story right now, and also the current objective we have. So for example, in this chapter our objective is to passing the first camp of the bandits. So it's quite useful if you are if you like forget where you are and what was your objective, what to do within the chapter. So you can always press J on keyboard or LT on your gamepad to open that panel and check it out. Alright, let's move on. And here is our another tutorial, and this is a mystery urn, as you can see. And let me read it quickly. An ancient magical object that can be found in random places all around Maeldor. You can hit them to open and they will give you various buffs, such as movement speed increase, health boost, or AD boost. And AD stands for attack damage. So these are ancient magical objects, and you can find them within the levels, and they will give you various buffs, like 3 buffs: movement speed increase, health boost, or AD boost, one of them. And let me tell you, they are really useful. really useful. I strongly suggest that you try to find them, because it will make your thing much more easier to pass the levels. And they are also pretty useful against the enemies, and also in boss fights. So all you need to do is hit, and it will open, and that buff will pop out of it. And when you get close to it, there will be a little panel open in the right corner of the screen. Like, for example, I get close and it will open, and that panel will give you information about what kind of buff you are getting. So for example, this is a movement speed increase buff, and there is also an explanation there. You can read it if you'd like. And all you have to do is press enter or RT on your gamepad to collect. That's all. So if I press enter,
Power up.
so the buff is collected, and our character is actually faster now. Yeah. Alright, and it is also displayed on the left top corner beneath the stamina bar. As you can see, there is a little icon there and a text move speed, which buff you have actually. So if you die, you will lose the buff, and if you start from the checkpoint, you won't be able to get the mystery urn again, because you have already get it but lost it. But if you restart the chapter, you will be able to get it. So here is our other enemy, and this is a bandit warrior. And now I would like to display, for example, how you can dash enemy attacks like this. For example, if you dash while he's performing an attack, you won't take any damage. So that is the way to block enemy attacks in this game, and it's actually quite easy once you get used to it. So right now there are two enemies beneath, and I actually would like to display some combo of turmeric. And right now, as you can see, our moondrop speed on the top corner of the screen, it is glowing because it is charged, fully charged, and it is ready to use. And one way to use his moondrop skill, I mean one beneficial way to use it, is to using it like a combo with his ultimate skill, invincible. So if I go ahead and use his ultimate, I will not take any damage right now, and I can summon the moondrop. And as you can see, moondrop skill is a pretty strong skill with a lot of damage. Right now it makes 6 damage, and it can be also increased, and it also spreads on 2 sides, so it will hit all the enemies on your either side. And yeah, it's pretty powerful, and if you use it with the invincible, you won't take any damage, and you will be easily perform the moondrop skill. But if you try to use the moondrop skill without invincible, you may be interrupted, because if you take any damage while performing the moondrop, the skill will be deactivated, like it will stop performing it. So it can be interrupted, and be careful about that. Try to use that skill when the enemies cannot hit you, like if you are a bit far away, or if they are somehow repeating their attacks so they won't be able to hit you. Try to use the moondrop like that, or try to use it as I just used with your ultimate skill. So it's like a combo. Alright, let's move on. We have one more enemy here, and I actually would like to hit him like this first. Alright, and while hitting him, I also performed another tutorial action, which was the switches. So as you can see, there is a switch here, and switches can be used to trigger some events such as opening doors and many other things. And while hitting that enemy, I also hit the switch because it was on the way, and the switch actually opened this door. So this door was closed, and when I hit the switch, the door just opened. And as we have read here, the switches can be used to trigger some events such as opening doors and many other things. For example, some switches will be able to open secret hidden platforms, so you can take different paths within the chapters. And yeah, switches are used like that. Let's move on. Let's break these crates. And there you go, another enemy. And this one is a bit dangerous. For example, if you let him hit you, he will do some serious damage. For example, but you can actually hit him with Turmeg's deep slash from range, so he won't be able to hit you. So his deep slash skill becomes pretty useful against these kind of short ranged enemies. You can actually hit them from afar and they won't be able to hurt you. And here is our last tutorial here, and it says congratulations. This is our actually level end sign. Whenever you see that sign, it means that the chapter is ended. You are at the end of the chapter, and as you can see, if you have completed all the objectives you have currently, you can go ahead and finish the chapter by passing through the end level sign. And that means that, remember that we have a objectives panel, and sometimes in this objectives panel you have some quests like collecting stuff or defeating enemies, those kind of things, those kind of quests. So without completing them, you won't be able to pass the levels. But for this chapter we don't have any of those kind of objectives, so all we have to do is to pass the first camp of the bandits, and we will be actually able to pass this chapter just like that. And the last tutorial on this chapter is, as you can see on the right side of the screen, right top corner of the screen, it says select upgrades to improve our brave heroes attributes, skills or weapon damages. So if I press W or up button on the gamepad, it will go to the upgrades button, and if I press enter, as you can see, we will get to our characters panel. And as I have mentioned before, we are able to change our characters at the end of the chapters, just like that. So you don't have to go back to the main menu actually. And you can also make all sorts of upgrades here before starting the next chapter, which is nice because you will be able to start the next chapter stronger. And for example, I will actually like to play the next chapter with uh, Peloton, and I actually would like to increase his health points a bit, because as you can see his health points is 20, while the Terminix health points are 35. And yeah, 20 is a bit low right now, so let's upgrade his health points. So by paying 100 soul points, we will get 10 plus health points for Peloton. And right now we have 112 health soul points, so we can actually buy it. And remember, right now the game selected button is the darker one, so it's on the buy now, it's on the cancel now. And when I get to buy and press enter, and yeah, we just bought some health points for Peloton. And yeah, as you can see, he has now 30 health points. So let's just close this panel, and this is actually the end level panel. So you can see some statistics here right now, and bear in mind that it shows you the total soul points, like total soul points you have right now. For example, on the left corner of the screen it says 112, because that is the amount we have collected within this chapter. But the total soul point amount we have is written on the level end panel as 12, because we have just bought some health point upgrades for Peloton. So that is the reason why it is displaying like that. And we also have the chests information we have found and the enemies we have killed. So there were 6 enemies within this chapter and we have defeated all of them. And we are actually ready to move on. Just press continue and move on. So as you can see, I have changed my character last time to Peloton, and yeah, now we are playing with him. But I actually would like to finish this chapter here. So let's get to the main menu. And yeah, alright, thank you so much for watching me, and I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful for you if you are interested in the game. And by the way, if you are interested in the game, the Maeldor Quest of the Artifact is on 20% discount right now on Steam. So if interested, you can check it out and you can actually support me by buying the game. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy this series. I will be continue making these videos, and yeah, we will be experiencing this beautiful adventure with our heroes, with our fellowship of companions, and I hope it will be a nice, beautiful, fun experience for all of us. And if you enjoy my content, you can consider subscribing and liking the video so more people can see it. And alright, that is all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.